Welcome to another episode of last week's Comics Today. I have a small stack once again, and I've been dragging my feet this morning. I just don't think I have much to say about the books in this pile. Sexcastle is back on top. I finished reading this. I don't think I'm doing a separate video, and I enjoyed the hell out of it. So, in last week, I talked a little bit about what happens, and this guy gets out of prison. He is the world's he's the world's best assassin. Former greatest assassin. And he gets out of prison, he winds up in the small town, almost Jack Reacher style, and then inserts himself into what's going on. You might notice some of these people look a little familiar. These are the other world's greatest assassins that come to that small town to fight him. It's pretty awesome. Lots of comedy, plenty of action, and some genuine heart as well. I enjoyed this. I recommend it. If you are unfamiliar with Cotton Starks, there's plenty of good places to start, this being one of them. But this is great. I've got some other stuff here as well. I can't talk about this yet because I haven't even cracked the shrink wrap, but I also got Gunsmith Cats Volume 2, so this is going to take a while to go through, much like the first one. But as far as single issues that came out this week, I'm going to start with The War, issue 1. This was originally in an anthology, one of the Boom Oni anthologies that they've started popped up in the last year. I was curious based on the creative talent, but I didn't want to read an anthology. And thankfully, asterisk, I'll put that on there, Boom decided to collect the shorts from the anthology into a single issue, and there's 2 more issues so far solicited. I don't know. So this is the first 3 parts, and the solicitation for issue 3 lists then 4 through 6, so I really have no idea what's in issue 2, but there's a Stoko cover, so I've already pre-ordered it, even though I hadn't read this yet, and now I question those decisions, because this is very heavy material. I'm a fan of Becky's art. This starts, as the title might lead you to believe, with 4 pages talking about the Russia-Ukraine war. And I'm just like, oh, I had no idea what I was getting into. Because, so for that anthology, for the series itself, I did not read the solicitation text. I had no idea what I was getting into. So there's this group of friends, and they are paired off into couples, all of these people here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, yes, 8. So there's all of these people, they pair off into couples, and basically things elsewhere in the world are not going great. And by the end of the first act, London's gone. So someone, and I don't think they specify who, I guess we're supposed to presume it's Russia, have nuked London. And like, that's pretty crazy. So all of these people are talking theoretically about what would happen, what should happen, and both if anything were to happen, what they specifically would do, as well as, you know, what governments of the world should do. It's very heavy stuff. And then by the end of it, major city of the world is nuked. And then all these people are dealing with that and still trying to figure out what to do next, where they're going. And it's, like I said, it's very heavy, and then things get worse from there. So I'm having a hard time recommending it. I think the art's great, but story-wise, it's there's almost no levity. The levity that is there is a couple of the characters not wanting to talk to one of their other friends, or the boyfriend of one of their friends, just because he's kind of a dick. And like, it's funny, but it's not, it doesn't help offset the severe subject matter, really. But I don't know. It's well done, but also like not something I would recommend you read. Gehenna is probably my pick of the week. So this is issue 2 of 4. This continues the sort of kidnapping that has taken place that started in the first issue. So we have her that's trying to catch up with the other woman. This one here. So she goes to this vet. I don't know what's up with that. But she's looking for medical supplies. And things happen. I don't fully understand this flashback sequence. I maybe think I do, but I would like some clarity. I hope this gets explained. But the kid that's with her kind of asks what's going on and why, and she tells the story. And like I said, I don't fully understand it. I did look through it a couple of times, and there's a picture. It's still going here, and like there's this picture on a desk, and she says some things, and it's all very vague. I'm not sure. Anyway, we get a shootout because she catches up with her. So there's a shootout. There's this explosion. It's this is high octane. This does not let up in any way. And then we get their equivalent of Daredevil by the end of this. This is Public Defender, which I think is a great name. And the blonde lady, I'm still unsure what her name is. I thought back in the first issue that she was Public Defender, but no, definitely this other guy who is definitely a lawyer who was trapped on a subway car, train. Public Defender. Anyway, this is a lot of fun. It's 4 issues. 2 of them are out. Kinlan has been doing this great frontiersman world universe at Image for a few years now, and you will recognize archetypes of the characters that he has been using. But it's pretty awesome. Lastly, for single issues, there is Spider-Man Wolverine. This is issue 3, and in this we actually meet who the bad guy is, because so far, I mean, this is also a very high-octane series, but Spider-Man and Wolverine have fought Kraven and Mysterio and Omega Red thus far, but also they fought each other last issue, which was pretty awesome. All of the art in this is just incredible. And they go over some of what has happened so far, which is there's a video that seems to, in Spider-Man's opinion, lead him to believe that Wolverine killed his parents. And Wolverine's just like, I don't know, dude. That doesn't sound like me, but I can't tell you because my memory's all Swiss cheese. This guy shows up, and it's a pretty terrible name, Dread Shadow. He doesn't really say what he wants, but he seems formidable, and a bunch of weirdness has been happening and continues to happen, and so far none of that has been explained, but they are in these retro suits. They're in the Savage Land for some reason, and by the end of it, they have, I think it has to do with these wrist things. These bracelets that are on the wrists that I don't think, yeah, it's definitely with the wrists, but I don't think they've addressed that so far. I mean, it feels like they should have noticed. But anyway, they time jump, they body slide. I don't know what they're doing, but this is fun. It's pretty interesting. The bad guy so far is the weakest element, but there's just not much story in general. So that's what I got this week, and I think next week is only 4 issues. I do want to talk about some stuff that's upcoming. So this is all stuff that's coming out in October, because previews for Marvel and DC stuff coming in October have come out. This is Absolute Wonder Woman, which is a book I stopped reading, but they're getting Matthias Bergara on there for what I think is a 3-issue arc, and he is the artist from Coda with Simon Spurrier, and I'm super curious to see what that is like. We've also got Gotham Academy, which I loved originally, and it's the full original creative team, so I think this is 6 issues, and I'm definitely going to sign up for that. We have Long Shots, which seems like an odd choice for me personally, but it's Jerry Dugan, and the solicitation just sounds weird, and I'm curious to see what that is like. So I'm probably going to pick this up as well. We've got Eric Larson doing Spider-Man Noir. I kind of wish he was also drawing it. I don't know the artist, but I might check this out. This is probably not something I'm going to read. I just think the cover, the image is well done. So if you want to see Predator Kills the Marvel Universe, you can check that out. This is issue 3, so it will be coming out this month, issue 1. We've got Marvel Knights Punisher from Palmiotti and Panosian. I think this is 4 issues? Yes, 4. That's a big number 4 right there. Panosian has been on fire with his art, and Palmiotti, I think this is going to be awesome. And then lastly, we have Abnett working with Hickman to do an Imperial thing. Even though thus far, I think the first 2 issues of Imperial are pretty stupid. We've got some silhouettes of who you can expect to see in there. I want to check this out. I think more curious about what the cosmic landscape is like post-Hickman, post-Imperial. So I'm following it to get in on the ground floor, even though so far I think everyone is acting like an idiot. So this is what I got this week, and I still managed to talk for 10 minutes. I just didn't think I had much to say. But that's what I got this week. Next week, who knows? I've also been doing a ton of reading One Punch Man. So I should be doing a video on these, which might go live. I don't know. I'm already up to 18. I really just want to do some customizing and do some more reading and not talk about these. But I still did it. I did it. Thank you for watching. I got all of these books from my local comic shop. Even if it's something older, you can still ask them and they can try to find it for you. Like mine does for me, because he's awesome. So, I got all these from my local comic shop. If you don't know where yours is, you can use this URL to find the one closest to you. Thanks for watching.